Well, hi, Minder.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How's it going for you?
Not too bad. Started off a little frustrating, but ended up fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's life.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, not really. It's just more of like, I, for the past 2 days, have asked 3 different questions from people and no one's responded. And I'm like, I know you're in your office. I've seen you in your office. I've seen you message other people. I need you to answer my question, though.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, I got 2 out of 3 of the answers. So still waiting on the
Well,
third.
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's
2
it's
out of 3 ain't
passing.
bad.
Yeah, it's passing.
It's passing. It's
Mhm.
what I did in school.
D's get degrees. Okay.
That's right. They sure do. Um, Hi. What you're listening to
We always do
is the
this. Sorry,
we
everybody.
really do. It's fine. Is the Neurodivergent Convergence podcast. We are 2 neurodivergent best friends traveling the neuroverse together because we are living in a neurotypical world and we are not neurotypical girls. My name's Nikki, and that's Amanda. Say hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
And we come at you every Thursday with our bullshit and our fun and our fuckery. And this is just our experience with neurodivergent shit and life as neurodivergent women. And opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. And if you don't like what we say, you're welcome to let us know about that on any of our social media platforms or by sending us an email to the ndcpodcast@gmail.com. Figure we get some plugs in at the beginning of the episode today
Mhm.
because it's another chatty one. We literally had 1 week with a real topic. And then we're like,
I
nope,
think we do
right back to bullshit.
I think we do 1 to 2. It's like a 1 to 2 ratio, one
Yeah, at
actual
this point.
topic to 2, because we take turns. We share like that. We're like, "Okay, Nikki, now it's time for your bullshit episode. Okay, Amanda, now it's time for
Right.
your bullshit episode." Like your little bitch fest. It's fine.
Yes, we get to take turns having a bitch fest because you know what? This is part of it, okay? This is part of being neurodivergent. You got to have somewhere to blow off your steam. And this is our place where we can blow off some steam. And these are those episodes where we talk about life from the perspective of neurodivergent people instead of, you know, things about being neurodivergent. Can't be learning all the time. Sometimes you got to bitch.
Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, this is just a prime example of ADHD-ness. I literally just look as Nikki's talking. I'm literally looking at both of our video, and I'm like, man, I look a lot taller than her. This is probably what it looks like in real life, like when we're sitting
Yeah,
next to each other.
it sure probably do. Yeah, it probably do.
hmm It do be
That
like
just
that
is what it is.
sometimes.
It do
Or
be like that. It do be like that all the time because I am all of 5'3" on a good day.
hmm
So, what you're like 5'7", 5'8"?
5'7", yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I short. It has been this way my whole life. It's totally fine. I can deal. God damn it! Not already. Not already with the odds.
That's why I wanted to do it earlier.
I know, but alas, life happened. Right? We are we are doing what we're doing. Anyway, I don't. Uh, I don't know. I don't know about today. I really don't know about today. There's been a lot of happenings going on with me. So I'm gonna let Aminder tell us whatever she would like to tell us today before I get started. What would you like to talk about, Aminder? Any goings on
Before you
in your
push me off
life
the stage, and you're like, no, bitch, it's
before
my
I'm like,
show.
my turn now, thank you.
I am the star of the show. Um, no, it's fine. Literally nothing's going on. It's so I guess recently my mom had to fly from here to Michigan to help her friend move down from Michigan to Tennessee. So it was not last Saturday, not like 3 days ago Saturday, but the Saturday before. My mom bursts into my room at her house and she goes, "Oh my god, it's past." She's like, I overslept my alarm. It's 6:30. She meant to get up at 5:30, and I was supposed to get up at 5:45. I did set an alarm, but I guess apparently I overslept my alarm too. So she was supposed to be at the airport at 6:30.
Oh no.
Luckily, it was like a local airport, which was about 15 minutes down the road. But basically, from the time she woke me up to the time I got her to the airport was 17 minutes.
Wow.
So a 15-minute drive, I did in 11 minutes because I went 70 down the road. the,
As one does when they're late.
the whole way. And luckily, it was, like 6 in the morning. So 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So hardly anyone was awake.
Right.
Um, Made it like at about like 6:45, like just before 6:45, and she just got back on Sunday, like 2 days ago Sunday. Um, so her friends here for the week, they're finishing up stuff down here because they helped her friend's son move. Um, to Sorry if you hear my air turn on. To my to a town near here, and then they're gonna move her down to Tennessee this weekend. Um, So that's really all that's going on here. Got to hang out with Mark, my cousin, a little bit. See Belle, my mom's dog.
I
Um,
love Belle.
Really
Is
nothing
she still
else.
on a diet?
She does lose weight more when me and Mark watch her because we do not give in to that. That's why I'm like, if I ever like was a parent, like would I be the mean parent? Probably.
Probably.
So
You would be bad cop.
yeah, I'd be the bad cop parent. Like I wouldn't be like mean to my kids, but I wouldn't be like, I'm your friend, but I'm not your best friend. You got me?
Right.
You hear me? And so, um, but yeah, because like my mom, she doesn't necessarily overfeed her. She just feeds her the wrong shit, and so
Yeah.
she feeds a 15-pound dog like the amount of like the type of food that you would give like a toddler, and so which is like a 30-pound human child, and so
Right.
it does not compute the calorie intake. And the poor thing, she used to be thinner because when my mom, before she moved to this house, she had a backyard where the dog could run around, and she liked going outside, run around all the time, and could keep off the weight. But now they don't have a fenced-in yard, so basically, she just goes in and out to go to the bathroom. So that's really the only exercise she gets. But that's it. That's all it's going on. Oh, we're hoping to go. I mean, obviously, it's months away, but we're hoping to go see Avatar in concert in
Yeah.
September. Like I was sent a picture of their like Avatar in concert like world tour. It's like a live orchestra that plays Avatar: Last Airbender music with scenes from the show in the background. Like they'll cut out the music in the show, but they'll have like the dialogue, and they'll play the music along with the scenes from the show. So just throwing it out there, as soon as Leaves from the Vines comes on, I'll be crying. So
Yeah.
I'll be crying. I'll bring tissues, but we're hoping to see that. Tickets aren't on sale yet. They will be in the next couple days, but we're hoping to go see that here in September. So like I said, about 5 months away, but still pretty excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pumped. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like so ready. I want to get good seats. God damn it. I'm not even looking at the goddamn yacht counter. I don't want to do this no more.
I don't want to do this, Grandpa. Let's do that bad.
I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. Keep digging. Oh, okay. Well, since most of this episode's about my life, let's do a Mad Lib first.
Okay.
And then we'll talk. Simmer. I got words for you, ma'am.
Yeah, I got words with you. Okay.
I got words with you.
Are we doing are you the least favorite?
Yes.
Okay. I would like from you a noun.
Ninja.
Ninja bear. Focus ninja bear.
Ninja bear. Ninja bear. Do ninja bear.
Ninja bear. Focus ninja bear.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That was a very loud burp.
Uh,
I thought it was going to be quieter than that. Sorry.
Adjective.
Clumsy. Of which I am.
That is not a CL. There we go. Noun.
Walrus.
God, never mind. Part of the body, plural.
Areolas.
What?
Areolas. Your nipple.
You cut out. Like, you cut out areolas. Okay. All I heard was us.
Us.
Us. Plural noun.
Androids.
Oh, that's a game you should try. You watched me play. Part of it was Detroit Become Human. It's a very good game.
Okay.
It's another choice game, and it doesn't have much gameplay. It's a lot of like, click this button in this amount of time, sort of game.
Gotcha.
Noun.
Complex guilt.
Of which I have. That was like, and we were trying to think of ideas. Like, one of the ones I didn't mention to Nikki, but I thought of, because I was like, I feel like we talked about this before, but like the one I was thinking of was just guilt, how I just feel guilt all the time. But I don't, that's like not really ADHD related. That's more of like my own personal, not really
mental
trauma.
Health problems.
Yeah.
My trauma, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really trauma. I wouldn't say I'm traumatized because I feel like by feeling guilty. Okay, noun.
Common toilet seat.
I think it's like common.
Yes, communist toilet seats.
Sure, communist. I'm gonna write it. Okay. Communist toilet seat.
I love it.
I can take anything and ruin it. Let's go. Okay, verb.
Broke.
Broke. Or I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Because broke is the past tense, but adjective.
Or you could do break. Either way. Break or broke, whatever makes more sense. Unintelligent is my adjective.
I can't write today. Unintelligent. I keep missing letters. Number?
1100.
1170. Verb?
Pedal.
Pedal, like pedal to the metal?
It could be either one. It could be pedal like pedal your wares, or it could be pedal like pedal your bike. You pick. I don't know if it's spelled the same way.
No, pedal your wares is like PEDDLE, and like pedal to the metal is DAL.
Yeah, no, DDLE. That's what I wrote, was DDLE. Okay. So there you go.
I'll do that one. It's easy to fix. Oh no, this actually, like, it, okay. When I read it, I will tell you what it sounds like to me with it all together. Part of the body?
Weenus.
Weenus. Plural noun?
Chauvinistic pigs.
Chauvinistic. Verb?
Squat.
Squat. What I tried to do earlier and was not, my hips were lying all the way and not working for me. Noun?
Bullheaded lover.
Sounds like something from True Blood. There we go. Part of the body?
Perineum.
The taint.
The taint. Put your taint on the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is called Are You the Least Favorite? And we're still in the My Bleeping Family Mad Libs. Okay.
Hit me with it.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
One more time.
Okay. Do your parents forget your birth ninja bear every year? Are they always bragging endlessly about how rich and clumsy your older walrus is? Read this to see if you're the rotten apple of your parents' areolas.
Oh no. Oh shit.
You're the least favorite if all the presents you've ever given to your androids wind up in the attic or at the Salvation Complex Guild. That tracks for Salvation Army. Unable to wait until you went to college, your mom turned your childhood's communist toilet seat, her broke-in closet, while you were still a senior. Your sister got a brand unintelligent car for graduation. I guess it's opposite of a smart car. Um,
Sure.
yeah. You got your dad's 1100-year-old station wagon. Your brother spent summers at Pedal Away Camp. So when I read it together, I was like, man, this sounds like pedo
Oh
away.
God.
I was like, summer camp, pedos, goes hand in
Oh
hand.
no.
Oh no. You spent summers being bored out of your weenus at Nana's. Your parents tell you, see you whenever, when you mention you're moving 3,000 chauvinistic pigs away. When you squat up your folks, they always say, who's this? When you say, it's me, they still don't have any bullheaded idea who you are, or bullheaded lover who you are. You see photos of a recent family vacation on Perineum Book. Guess who was
Oh
invited?
no.
Surprise!
Not Perineum Book. Absolutely not. There's enough unnecessary shit on the internet. We do not need Perineum Book. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. Ew. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No me gusta.
Don't like Perineum Book.
I've
Mother of
I've been
fucking
doing
pearl.
I've been doing Duolingo, and it's just so funny because like it's gotten one of like a few of the lessons now mention Facebook, and it's like,
Yeah.
and they're like, me gusta el Facebook.
Like it sounds very obviously it is still Spanish, but it sounds very Spanglish when you have to insert like an English word because
Mhm.
it's the name of something. Do you know what I mean? Into
Mhm.
a foreign language. Yeah. Me gusta el Facebook.
Yeah. La,
It's like you're
la
not even
página
trying, are you?
la página web Facebook.
Okay, well, let's talk about some things and some stuffs.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Can you tell I don't want to do this?
I mean, we don't
Can you
have
tell?
to. We can make up shit on the spot.
I know, but I just need to do it. I just need to rip the goddamn band-aid off and just be done. I quit my job.
Officially,
Officially quit my job.
not just talked about it.
Not just talked about it. I officially quit my job. Um, Resignation paperwork was sent in today. All the I's have been crossed and T's have been dotted. Yes, I know I said it backwards.
Checked your P's and Q's.
Checked my Q's and my P's. Yeah, I quit my job.
And that's all, folks. Roll
Yeah,
credits.
that's it. We're done. That's it. Bye. Just kidding. Just just kidding. There, I did it, Amanda. Are you happy? Okay, bye.
She,
Insert here.
Julie, do the thing.
Julie, do the thing. Yeah, I quit my job. It's still like sinking in that I quit my fucking job. Um, my 6 weeks was officially up yesterday. I was not ready to go back. God, I don't know how much I want to say, but
Say as much as you want or don't want.
I mean, I want to say a lot of things, but I just don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You don't want to air out all the.
First of all, I want to say, yeah, yeah, yeah. I loved my job, right? I really did love my job.
There's just certain
I will
aspects of it.
just say, yeah, I will just say that once we moved to the larger space, so many other things started coming into play that made it 3 times as hectic to fucking work there, and had certain things been different, I mean, I I guess being away from that place for 6 weeks made me see a lot of things differently. Um, Gave me some space and some time away to look at things objectively, and I think as much as I loved that job and was good at that job, I think as the person that I am, that job took more from me than I really had to give it, and
Mhm.
I gave more of me than I really and it I don't wanna say the word triggered because it's not really what I mean. It brought out qualities in me that I don't really associate with anymore, and it made me, I don't know, just a different person, and that is not the job's fault, let me just be very clear, like, that's not the job's fault, it just is the situation that it is, you know?
Mhm.
Um, it just is an autistic person in a high stress environment with a bar that's constantly changing and
Like a goalpost that's moving
yeah, a
constantly.
goalpost that's constantly moving and so many things that don't make sense because it's a corporation and that's just par for the course with corporations, and not meshing with everyone's personality there, which is difficult for me, not because I just don't not it. It's that I feel like I was trying and was being constantly misunderstood. And even when I was trying to voice real issues, it seemed like I was just being nitpicky or bossy. And it's like, at what point is it clear that I don't fit here anymore? You
Right.
know? Um, and I think had I not been forced to step back, I don't know that I would have really had the courage or the even the want to or even the clarity to see a lot of these things. I think I always sort of knew shit wasn't really great, but I was just trying to push it off like it was something else that was the problem, or when we get here it'll be fine. When we do this it'll be fine. When it gets, do you know what I mean? When we reach this goal it'll be fine, and or when this person finds somewhere else to fucking work it'll be fine. You know, like it's just there was just always some excuse why it was not
Like, why
the
wasn't fine
environment that I
now?
was in. Yeah,
Mhm.
why it's fine, and it wasn't. And I guess I really don't have any shame in saying that. Like, it's okay that I did something for a long time and was really good at the thing, and then when I was forced to step away from the thing to take care of my physical body, then I had a realization that maybe I'm not meant for that place anymore. Like,
Mhm.
it's okay to have these realizations and move forward from this and grow and learn and understand that, like, a path that you thought was your path was physical and mental deterioration. You know what I mean? Like,
Like
don't
the work itself wasn't the problem, like, but the physicality of it, the constant, like, drama of it just kinda just got
yeah,
to you.
right. So, yeah, so I just think, and again, not that there's like something intrinsically wrong with the place I was working. It's just I wasn't the right fit for that environment. And that was made apparently clear to me a lot of times. And I just kept ignoring that because I was not ready to move on from that. And then when into stepping away from the job, it started to feel like even if my doctors told me I could go back, I don't know if I'm being honest, I don't know that I really would have been as in it as I was before I left.
Like, not too keen on it. That's how, like, I felt, like, with call center because I've done, like, customer service all my life, which Nikki always says is, like, the fact that you've done nothing but customer service jobs with the fact that you hate people, it's like, well, it's because it's like I have a people-pleasing attitude, and I like helping people, but, yes, I do hate people. Like, I hate's a strong word, like,
Right.
when I say that, I don't mean like, "Oh, yeah, like, I want all of humanity to die," or something, that's not it. It's just the general public, if you talk to anyone that works with the general public, they understand that they suck.
For sure.
I think everyone should, like, at least work 1 year in some sort of retail customer service capacity at some point in their life.
Yeah.
But like when I worked at call center, I went from, like, granted, I wasn't like the super happiest as a teller either, but I basically just wanted to not be in front of people all the time. But the
Right.
environment I was in the call center, I went from like calling out like once a year to calling out like once every 2 to 3 months
Right.
because I just didn't want to do it anymore. Because
Yeah.
people are a lot more like, I think anyone with call in the call center will tell you, people are a lot more mean when they can't see you. Like, it's, you can, make faces, you can mute yourself and curse them out, and that's all well and good. Like, you can't do that in front of somebody, but they, when they don't have a face to put to the voice, they are pieces of shit. It's kind of like how, like, when you're driving around, people are a lot more ballsy when on the road than they would be, including myself. Like, I'm a lot more of a mouthy bitch when I'm behind the wheel, as Nikki will tell
Yeah.
you. I'm a lot more mouthy bitch. Like, I hate confrontation. Like,
Yeah.
it's confrontation. Like, I will get heart palpitations just thinking about confrontation.
Mhm.
But so I completely get it. Like, that type of environment was not good for me. So when I got to the job that I have now, I'm like, oh, finally, like, I have something that I can put stuff that I'm good at. I have a boss that understands me more. So I completely get, you just basically, even if you could return to work, your soul wouldn't be in it anymore. So like
No.
the whole, because of just everything that went down, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I am just slowly sort of like, I don't want to let people down. But at the end of the day, it's been a really long time since I chose me
Mm-hmm.
in the biggest way possible. And I I could not. I mean, physically, obviously, my doctors were not happy about me returning to work, but also, like, mentally and emotionally, I did not have it in me to have returned back to work and had the same passion for what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I am so much better mentally since not being there, physically since not being there. I am okay. Well,
And we're
take
back.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Take two. Nikki's internet still being a bitch. Apparently, we had to call the internet company. Apparently, we are getting half the download speed we should have. So something ain't computing somewhere. So we're gonna do this as quickly as we can. Let me just recap for myself. We were talking about me not being in a proper environment for autism brain with the
Mm-hmm.
job that I was in, even though I really liked the job. It was not conducive to my mental health, physical health. And I learned that because I was physically forced to stop doing the job. And it
Yes.
helped me gain mental clarity as to the fact that it was also affecting me mentally and emotionally.
Yeah,
So
basically
that's where we're at.
you had to take a step back in order to see the bigger
Yes.
picture.
Yeah, I had to get out of the situation,
Had to get
get away
perspective.
from it, so I can gain some perspective. Yes. How insightful, Aminder. How very insightful of you. Um, you like to therapize me on this show, you know that.
Yeah, I may not speak good, but I have thoughts sometimes.
That's like a meme I saw earlier. It's like complex thought I have in my brain, and it's like this beautiful Rubik's Cube mandala looking thing. And then he goes to say it, and it's just like a little tiny voice bubble, and all the colors are all mixed together. It's like,
Mhm.
I relate to that. That is my life. I could have these brilliant fucking thoughts up in here. And then when I go to Sam, it's like, me can't talk now. Forgot how brain.
Also, sorry, you guys might hear. Of course, as soon as we start recording, like, big ol' like lightning strike near my house and just rolling thunder, so you might
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
that.
This is definitely turning out to be a shitsode unintentionally.
Hmm.
It's the unintentional shitsode. I can't say that word more than once.
Hmm.
It's a problem. But anyway, yeah, I quit my job, and it was a feeling of like partially relief
Mhm.
because now I feel like I can move forward with whatever my life is supposed to be now. Um, and not have something sort of hanging around in the background like, "Hello, you forgot about this job you're supposed to be doing back here," right? So, like, it's nice to be sort of physically free from the thing.
Mhm.
So now I do feel like I can focus a little more on what I'm supposed to focus on.
Right.
Yesterday, I've had a lot of enrichment time outside of my enclosure
Mhm.
recently.
Mhm.
Um, I think Sunday
Your
I
handlers
had
let
to
you
go do.
out let you out of your cage.
Yeah, to be fair, I am only in captivity due to my own self. I like my enclosure very much. Therefore, I tend not to leave it unless absolutely
Has your
necessary.
bed and your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, but my husband does force enrichment time upon me, although most times I go with much protest to do these things, but it's fine. Um, I have a little video about my enrichment time on Sunday, but I wanted to show you what I built. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Look,
Aw, that's
it's a Lego
cute.
watering can with the pretty butterflies
Can you
and
put
pretty
water in it?
flowers.
Can you put water in it?
No, no
Be
water
cool if you
out of it,
could.
but yes, it would. But it looks like you should be able to pour water out of it though. Is it a little
I
spout?
know. That's what I thought.
Yeah. But
I
it's
like it.
pretty flowers.
I still have, like, a Lego set that I wanna put together, like, I bought for myself when I worked at Barnes& and Noble. It's a
Mhm.
Beauty and the Beast one, but it's, like, one of those
Oh.
things, it's like, I wanna put together, but then I like the fact that I have it, and I don't know. Maybe I have to, like, try to remember how big my cubicle is at work for our new location.
Mhm.
Like, maybe I'll build it and put it like, because 'cause I'm pretty sure my cubicle has, like, because 'cause I'm, like, in the front row, and I think they have, like, a flat kinda like a counter. So
Yeah.
if it's there, I might put it there, but I'd have to look at it again, I don't remember.
Yeah, so that's on my desk now cuz it's very pretty. And I like it a lot. Nicholas helped me cuz I got new puppy scritchers,
Yay, those are pretty.
otherwise known as pretty nails. They're like a purple glitter with the like four
Stars.
point stars. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of glary, but there you
Mhm,
can see them better that way. So I got new puppy scritchers. Um and they're super long.
mhm.
So,
I can't deal with long nails.
can't always grip the tiny things. So, Nicholas likes to sit and help me anyway, and, it's fine. He helped me build my Disney one that I showed you,
Mhm,
which is really cool. But anyway, apart from that, then yesterday, I went and got the ever loving snot wrung out of me, quite literally, at the massage place. Um, I booked a 90-minute deep tissue massage. Um, and she wasn't fucking around. Let me just tell you right now. This woman heard deep tissue and she said, "Let me get you there. Let me get you to them deep tissues." Okay?
make it to their core, okay?
Yeah, let me get to the core literally of the fucking problem. I swear to God she put her hand through my body at one point. Like the bitch was skilled, okay? She was very good at what she did. Um and as do these things happen to me, uh even though it was needed for me to have my body literally rang the fuck out, um it caused me some pain today, so I was a little
Mhm.
sore, just a little sore, and I probably have not drank enough water. You're supposed to chug water like it's your full-time job after a massage like that, and I probably have not drank enough water. So that needs to be my full-time job tomorrow, is just hydration, hydration, hydration. um But yeah, other than that. Oh, and so the massage was first thing yesterday morning, and then I went to go get new puppy scritchers yesterday afternoon. Um,
So it was big pamper day yesterday.
yeah, it was a big self-care day yesterday. And then today I didn't have anything going on until 1:45 when I had PT, and then she worked me the fuck out. I learned some new exercises today that I can do on an exercise ball. And I felt really good about doing those exercises. I felt good, like, with the feeling of them. It's a lot of, like, like rotating your hips and, doing
that's
the
what I do.
squats and the
I
crunches and the.
I have one at work that I just kind of like sit and like literally rotate my hips, like my hips, because I watched my mom's dog over the weekend and like slept in the bed with her, and she's a very particular dog, and I had to like my legs don't bend the way she wants them to bend, like the way she wants to lay on my leg, and so like I had to like I laid on one side the whole times,
Mm-hmm.
or either had like my leg kind of like bowed out, like my left leg bowed out, and so like my hips this weekend are so tight. And so it was like I used my exercise ball at work like half the day. Like I just sat for like probably for like at least a full hour, just kind of like rotating my hips. So it feels really
Yeah.
nice, like once you get it all like worked out, but
But yeah,
until then
I
it
was very
hurts.
pleased with that. I felt strong after I left there today, which is good. I felt empowered. I'm really coming to like strength training, which is not something that I thought would come out of my mouth. Um, but if I ever get this body together, it's over for you hoes. I'm just saying. We never get this body right. It's over for you
it's
bitches.
it's
I'm
like I
finna
say,
get swole.
it's like I say, if I ever become mentally stable, it's over for y'all. Okay,
Hmm. That's right. It's over for
if
you
I
hoes.
can ever voice my thoughts properly, watch out, world.
God, could you imagine if we suddenly got neurotypical, how unfun we would become, but how
Mhm.
unstoppable we would also be at the same time?
It's like, oh, I might be able to meet my goals and get
Right?
things accomplished. So, like
Shit.
stuff that I should have done 10 years ago would be done
Right.
now.
For sure. For sure. Um, for sure. But I'm also excited for my hair to grow out a little bit. She's giving I thought maybe having them cut it shorter would, prolong the growth process and not have to get my hair cut so much. But
I feel like
she's
short hair, you get
giving.
your hair cut all the time.
Yeah, but like that's why I wanted to have it this bit shorter so that it could
Hmm.
take, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't have to cut this every time, just the sides, right?
Yeah,
Um she's giving GI Joe slash someone on TikTok said
she's
didn't
giving
think
Jimmy
GI
Neutron.
Joe. Yeah, she's someone on TikTok said it's giving a hot Johnny Bravo, and I was like, I'll take that. Thank you. Um I
Johnny
think
Bravo if he
you.
was a highlighter.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo, which I can totally see because it like leans forward like his does,
Hmm.
Um, uh-huh. Like the whole
Hmm.
Johnny Bravo shit,
Hey,
which
pretty
I'm
mama.
fine with. Hey, pretty mama. So I'm fine with Johnny Bravo. I was cool with that. Um, but it is time to grow her back out a smidge. We need to we need some height to make me look less squatty in the face. I need a few more inches up here because I don't have a few more inches in body. So I need a few more inches in hair to put me slightly closer to Jesus.
The
You know, even
higher
though
the
I don't know
hair,
if
the
he
closer to God.
closer to God. I don't know if he even want me anywhere near him, but I would like to at least try to be a Texan woman at one point in my life. We'll see. I
Just
hear
need
them
more
them ladies
hairspray.
have a good time.
Aquanet, ma'am. Aquanet.
Yeah. For real. I'm about to I have so much hair shit. I have so much hair shit to use. Yeah, but once I'm all used up of my hair shit, I'm going to get some of that got to be glued shit. Slick that shit on up there like that. Be all fine and dandy. But yeah, anyway,
So
I think
you're enjoying like your time off.
yeah, and weirdly enough, I did an episode on my show a few years ago about how it was literally called I hate being a stay-at-home mom, or I hated being a stay-at-home mom. Um and I listed all these very valid at the time reasons for why I was just not cut out to be a stay-at-home mom, and I think that was true for that time in my life. I think I needed this job. I think this job taught me a lot of things about myself and about what I'm capable of, but also about some of the darker sides of me and how enthralled I can get in the wrong things, and how sometimes that it causes me more harm than good to be that invested in something that it ultimately doesn't really have large effect on my life one way or the other. It's like I put so much time and energy into someone else's business that I started neglecting my own physical health and neglecting my family and my house and this podcast for a little while. Like, you were literally carrying the show there for a little while, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy to be that utterly devoted and hyper focused on something that's not truly, bettering you as a person. And at the time, I honestly thought it was. I thought it was bettering me as a person. Really, it was just burning me out and making me bitter and angry and frustrated all the time. And it was just difficult to see. It's hard to see it when you're in the middle of it.
Well, it's
It's
also
hard to see it.
whoa, thunder.
Thunder.
Also, probably the difference is like not only this has given you experience to like look back and the whole hindsight's 2020, but it's also like the whole being a stay-at-home mom. You were a stay-at-home mom. Your kids are in school now, so
Right.
you're not really a stay-at-home mom. You're like more like a
Right.
housewife.
Yeah.
So because your kids are in school, like they're not like this is gonna sound bad, but I don't really know how to phrase it. Like they're not around to like give
To
stress.
mom.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're not around to mom, so like
Yeah.
you're just stay at home blank. So
Right.
I think that's like another difference is well, I hate being stay at home mom. It's like well, you also stay at home mom is basically 24-hour job where
Right.
now it's like you're obviously your mom all the time, but when they're not around, you don't really have to like
Right.
do
I have
much.
time for myself. I have a lot more time for myself now. Big Thunder.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're
I
like,
just was no, I just was making sure because it sounded like I think it was a car horn, but
mm. Yeah, it's currently big storming by Amanda right now. So,
hmm.
but yeah, it's different now, right? Like, at the time, yes, it was a stressful time in my life. The kids were at a stressful age. Yes, they were both in school, but it was also like in the midst of like COVID shit. And like, I don't know, it was a
You
different
tried your
time.
hand at homeschool. You tried
Yeah,
your
I
hand
was
at
a
homeschool.
different person, you know, and that's okay. And it's okay to, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's even okay to grow out of things that you love. Like, it really is. And I, I can't, I can't really say a lot of bad things about the job because there really wasn't any. I just, at the end of the day, like, the more I think about it, I don't think it was truly the right fit for me after a while.
Well, it's kind of
And that's
like
okay.
there can be like a beautiful outfit, a beautiful dress, whatever. It's like the most beautiful dress ever, but if it don't fit you right, it don't fit you right.
Exactly. So it's like, what are you going to do? Continuously. That's exactly a great analogy. I was trying to force my body to fit into a dress that didn't fit me
Hmm.
instead of altering the dress, right?
Right.
So if you want to look at the dress as like the lifestyle or the job, like, the dress doesn't fit you, get a different dress,
Hmm.
if you can, get a different dress. Um so, and I understand that I'm in an incredibly privileged place to have been a dual income household, to have a husband who has a job who that can cover our bills and have money left over after the end of, after all of that, and a husband who, sorry, my voice cut out, a husband who encourages me and supports me to do what is best for myself, um and for the ultimate, good of our family unit, and who cares for me deeply. I'm very lucky in all of those parks, and I'm very cognizant of the fact that this is not something that everyone can do. And I'm not preaching to you that, like, if you hate your job, just quit it. Like, I know that not everybody has that luxury of liking where they work. They have to work because they need the job, right? I get it. I've been there. Um, but this is just my personal experience. I had the opportunity to get a different dress, so I got a different dress.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I did. And for a long time I convinced myself that I didn't have the opportunity to get a different dress. I couldn't quit that job. I needed that job, right? I didn't need that job. I didn't need that job. Um
Well, it's kind of like
what I need.
you originally got that job, like yes, partly for money, but I also remember when you were looking for work. Like I don't know if it was before you got this job or like you were a like you worked at the gas station for a little bit. it was more like also you had a child who was so used to you being around that if
Yeah.
you were out of his sight for a second, he had a meltdown.
Yeah.
So it was more like trying to also teach him like I can't be around all the time.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
was also like it was also so it gave you a purpose. It was trying to help him be more independent instead of
Right.
codependent, and
Yeah,
so
and that was at
it did a
the
lot of fix a lot of things at the time.
for sure, and that was at the instruction of his occupational therapist, was like, "Listen, he needs to learn that he's okay without you." Like, it's he is so and his safety is so intrinsically tied to you, which great. I mean, it's great that he feels safe around you, right? You're his mother, he's supposed to, but like also you can't be the only reason he feels safe. He has to feel safe within his own body and his own environment and know that like when you leave you're going to come back, you know? So it served many purposes. You're right. It did. But it stopped, right? Like the purposes were served, right? We served the purposes.
Hmm.
It was time to move on and I wouldn't move on, and I think
The dress, the dress is now out of style. Okay.
yes, it's now out of style. Get a new one.
Hmm.
So that's what I did. And I think if, like I said, if it's possible and you find yourself in a similar situation, just consider what it might be like to do something different. Maybe you don't quit your job. Maybe you just entertain looking at a different one. Maybe that's the first step. Or maybe you get the balls to ask to move departments or ask for a raise or whatever the thing is, right? Whatever the dress is for you, just know that it's okay to grow out of that dress. It's okay to buy a different dress if you don't like that dress anymore. Like,
If you find it's the same dress but different color and you want that one,
yeah.
then mhm.
Yeah. Like, it's all okay. It's okay to grow out of things you love. It's okay to change your fucking mind. It's okay that it worked for you for a little while and then it didn't. Like, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you weren't ever cut out for that job, that it was all a waste of time. Like, I think a lot of people struggle with moving on from things because they've put so much time and energy into that thing, right? And it's like, well, I can't just back away from it now. I've spent so much time and energy doing this. But it's like, yes, but do you want to waste any more time on something you're not fully committed to or fully or that isn't working for you? Or do you want to try to take that valuable time and put it on something else, right? I don't know if this is making sense at all, but I guess just know that it's okay to change. It's okay to
it's
pivot.
it's like where would you think like your like we should focus your efforts? Like where should your like efforts be focused?
Right.
Like should like for me personally, like I'm one of those people like I have a hard time moving on. I have a hard time letting go. Becoming like attached to things, like certain things.
Yeah.
So for me, like there was a while where when I worked at like when I was in the call center, like I said, I absolutely hated it for multiple reasons. But the I remember going to my um, HR department and saying like seriously considering like maybe should I just go back to being a float, like, and so we almost like I almost went back just being a teller, which I would get paid less as a teller, but I just couldn't, and I'd have to be in front of people again, but I almost could not do it anymore, but then I kind of just like stuck it out. And so my way doesn't always work for everybody, obviously, like everyone's different, so I did stick it out. So now I do have, and also my big thing is like, oh, I don't really want to quit because like you said, I put a lot of time and energy into this. I don't want to just quit because it's also the fact of if I just make it 6 years, then I get 100% of my 401k.
Yeah.
So like 4 years, it was like you get 6%. 5 years to get 80%. So I'm up at 6 years this November. So it's like as long as I just make it 6 years, then I get 100% of what my company paid into my 401k. I don't lose that. I don't like lose that. Like, um, and like I pay a certain amount into my 401k. So that to me, that was like, that's what was worth sticking it out. Like, and so, but then
Yeah.
like when this position opened up, when the person who was in the position before me unexpectedly retired early, for personal reasons, that's when I took my chance. And that's when I decided to go for that. And so I just feel a lot better. And obviously, not everyone can do that, depending on where you work, your circumstances, your management, whatever. So, like she said, it just whatever fits you at the time, whatever, like what your option, like just lay out all your options.
Yeah.
What if something can work for you, then just try it, just go for it. And I say that as someone who absolutely has no initiative, no initiative, like no willpower, and I'm so anxious to like start new things. So it's pretty
I
hypocritical
know
of
I've
me
been
to
trying to
say.
get you to move up by me for ages and you won't
I
do
know
it.
she messaged me. She's like, I'm thinking about this, and this. Like maybe she just move up here. I'm like, okay, I love you, but it's leaving everyone I know around
Oh,
here
for sure.
for
For
you, and
sure.
like my job, I try and find a new job. It's like I don't necessarily care for your area. Like I don't think there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just I don't know, just not my scene, you know?
Right.
But
I get
and
it.
s I was that's why I didn't, like, really answer you. I'm like, "Well, I love you. I really do. I do love you, but it's like you, everything else in my life." That's how I feel like same for you. It's like if you had a ton of friends, like you had a job, you had like a job you liked, you had everyone, and then I was just here by myself, I would be like, "Nikki, move here."
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
I mean, I
that
was kidding. I knew
I
there's
know,
really
I
nothing
know.
here for you anyway. Like, there really
Mhm,
isn't. Like, this is really no different than the area you're in now, other than there's a lot less pretty places to go hike.
mhm.
So, like, it's just not.
And
And
it's more
there's
and it's more
less
of a
people that you know, and your mom and your dad, and, like, your parents are older, so it's like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a lot of things. It's just like, for me moving back down there's a lot of reasons why moving back down there wouldn't be ideal, but there's
right.
also a lot of reasons that moving back down there would be ideal, so it's like, it's a really hard thing
It's like weighing the
to
pros
think
and
about.
cons.
Yeah,
Mhm,
exactly, and my biggest pro would be obviously being back by you and everything, but I don't want to miss out on my niece's life. I don't.
mhm.
I want to be a part of her life, and my sister's made it pretty damn clear she's not going anywhere. She wants to stay in Southern Illinois. She loves Southern Illinois, and she doesn't want to move. And I don't want to miss out on her life. And I'm far enough away that I am. I'm missing out on her life, and I don't like it. It bothers me so much. But like, at the end of the day, like you said, I have a life here. My husband has a good job. Like, we own a home. My kids are in a good school. And like, it's just difficult to think about all of the things that go along with making a huge life choice like that. And, it would be a lot of moving parts either way for anyone. But I don't know. Maybe we move, maybe we don't. I don't really know. But it's just, it's one of those things where I feel like, as neurodivergent people, especially autistic people, a lot of times we do get very stuck in
Change
our
change is
routines.
scary.
Change is very scary. Change is scary for neurotypical people, okay? But it's extra fucking scary for the neurospicies. And it's because there's this grand fear of the unknown. Like, especially with my kids, like, will they have the same or similar OT services that they have here? Like, will we be as happy with those things? It's not like just moving to neurotypical kids and all they have to do is worry about going to school every day. Like, my kids have special needs services that they have to go to. And it's like, I don't know what that's like down there. And,
And
it's
even
just
and
so
even
many.
then, like, moving even if they were neurotypical, it's like you'd be uprooting them from their group
Yeah.
of friends, like, their programs, whatever, and moving them. It's like, yeah, kids can make friends, but, I mean, that's hard, like, at any
Yeah.
age. It's like I went to granted, I was more of, like, obviously more of an introvert as a kid, but, like, I went to 4 elementary schools. So and, like, you moved around a lot as a kid, so it's
Yeah.
just it's hard. So, I think even for any kid, no matter what, it'd be hard to just move because kids really have no choice. If the parent
Right.
wants to move, they have to move. So they don't like, especially if it's several hours away, then they lose like touch with friends and all that. Granted, it's easier now for kids than it was when we were kids because
Right.
we
Cell
didn't have
phones.
social media and all that.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of things. It's a huge decision, and it's a scary decision either way. It could go very right or it could go very wrong, but that's anything. That's any change. It's all fucking unknown. I feel like this is like the year of the unknown. It's really,
that's
really hard to navigate this year for me.
that's why, like, when like people online, they're like, well, if you don't like it, just move. It's like, okay, well, do you want to help, like, get me a new job in the area you want me to move to? Do you want to pay for my moving expenses? Do you want to buy the house for me? Like, oh, if you just don't like it, leave. that's that's not how it works, Daryl. Sorry, that's not how life works. Like, I'm
Nope.
glad you're able to, like, just completely uproot you and your family's life, but that's just not how it works. As Nikki said, my house is a time capsule. I don't like change, and so I've changed very little about my house. And so for me, like, changing stuff, not that changing stuff about my house is scary, but like, if I can barely change stuff about my house, like, that moving,
Yeah.
no. I lived in the same house for, it'll be excuse me, 14 years this July. um,
Right. So
so
I get it. And we've been here since 2018. So that's a decent amount of time. Um and our kids, yes, junior high sucks, but junior high sucks everywhere, right? Like,
mhm.
but this is a small town school, and like Nick is struggling right now with the kids. It's seeing the same kids every day, and these kids are assholes. They just are, and kids are assholes, period. Everybody's kid's an asshole. My kid can be an asshole, but like it's not easy when he's such an easy target because he gets angry so easily. And of course, when you get a reaction, you're going to keep doing it, right? So
Mhm.
it's hard for him to ignore it.
Like,
So
when kids find a button to push, they will damn well push it.
yes, they will push it until they break it. And I'm worried that we're reaching the breaking point, unfortunately, and I'm doing everything that I know how to do, but that would be a big factor of maybe finding somewhere else to go. But I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown right now, so we're just taking everything day by day. Who knows? Maybe someone will
Into the
wander around and be like,
unknown.
"I'll give you $250,000 for your house." In which case, I'd be like, "Bye, bitch. It's
Mhm.
yours. You can have it. You can have it. I'm out. Goodbye." Because I would make quite a nice fat lot of cash on that, and it would get us out of all of our fucking debt if that was the case. So, yeah, I would absolutely take that offer, and I'd figure it out fucking afterwards. So, like, I'd take the money and then figure it out afterwards. But it, you know, I never say never on anything anymore, because if there's one fucking thing I've learned, don't never say fucking never, bitch. Because the second you do, guess what you be doing?
Isn't that a Justin Bieber song? I feel like it is.
It is probably. I'm sure a lot of people have said it. But yeah, I just don't say never anymore, because everything I've ever gone, I would never do that. I fucking did it. So
You don't say never, you say YOLO.
that's right. You only live once, bitch. So do your thing. But anyway, that's probably enough rambling for the day. I'm a free
Turn
woman.
turn to night. It was daytime when we started this recording.
It show was. But thank you, internet, for being a dickwad. Um, that's what we get. Hopefully, they should have a technician out here. If not tomorrow, the next day. And god damn it, we will get my internet restored to its very fast pace that I pay money for it to be. So there we go. All right, we're gonna hit the Jeremy. If you're leaving us, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on your right to choose what's good for you and moving on and all that good
Mhm.
jazz. Um, find us on everywhere socials are platformed at the NDC Podcast. Send us an email at the ndcpodcast@gmail.com. If you cannot understand how fast I'm talking, please go check the show notes. All the things are there. And we will catch you on the other side of Jeremy if you're sticking around. If you're leaving, goodbye. We love you. We'll see you next week. Here go, Jeremy.
Bye.
made it to the other side.
And we're back. We have friends on the other side.
We did it!
We did
it! Okay, so my internet's gonna start doing its thing. I've lost a bar, so let's get this read, Aminder.
Okay.
Let's read about Jeremy this week. Get her done.
Sure. Okay. Previously on The Chronicles of Jeremy, Velvet's mother completely captivated our charming cast of colorful characters with the lengthy backstory of King Valor and how the Rite of Valor came to be. Velvet's trials will begin in 3 days' time. Will she receive any forewarning of the perils that lay ahead of her? Will she have enough time to train? Will we hear from anyone other than Velvet's mother this time? Find out on this week's episode of The Chronicles of Jeremy. After Velvet's mother finished speaking, she walked down the long corridor leading to her quarters. Velvet's brother Vaughn, the Duke of Grey, promptly followed her exit, heading to the war chamber to begin preparations for the Rite of Valor. The Fellowship was shaken. What was to become of their newest member? You could see the questions behind their eyes, but no one could gather the courage to speak. Well, you could see it in everyone but Finnegan, who had fucked off halfway through the Queen's monologue to look for snacks in the kitchen. Finally, after what seemed like a century, the silence broke when Binky said, "Velvet, what should we do now? We want to help you train, but we have no idea what we're training you for." Velvet replied in a stoic voice, "I know exactly what I need to do. I've watched the Rite of Valor dozens of times. I know I can do this." "Don't get too cocky there, princess. Remember what your mother said? Your dad watched his own father rule a kingdom with an iron fist for years, and that still wasn't good enough to keep him from almost running this one into the ground," Sympathy said. "Hey, take it easy, okay? This is hard enough for everyone without your smart-ass remarks," Binky snapped back. "No, she's right. I can't rely on what I've seen. I have to use action to truly understand what needs to be done," Velvet replied. "Enough, all of you. Velvet is not going through with this. I don't care what your law says. I won't let this happen. I'm turning myself in, and that's the end of this. I will not let you trade fates with me," Jeremy screamed. "I care what my laws say, and I've made my choice. You can stomp your feet and pound your chest all you want, but it changes nothing. This fate cannot be escaped. There are only 2 ways out of this, with our deaths, or alive but separated forever. So either help me keep us alive, or get out of my way," Velvet screamed back at Jeremy. She pushed past him and headed for her quarters to clear her mind. It was at this time that Finnegan came stumbling in the room from a large set of double doors to the east of the throne room. "Hey guys, I found the kitchen. It's huge. You really need to see this. There are so many—" Finnegan paused. "Wait, why is Jeremy's face as red as a freshly slapped ass? What did I miss?" "God damn it, Finnegan. Never mind all that. Go get your gear. We have work to do," Binky said. To be continued. That was all written by Nikki, by the way.
Yes, and then edited by
proofread
Amanda.
a little bit. Yeah, I proofread a little bit. I added like all the C's at the beginning, like the colorful cast of charming characters,
Yes.
whatever it was.
Which is fine. I just give her a loosely based framework, and then I'm like, please proofread and fix my fucking grammar, because I know English well. So, yeah, that's what it is. We still don't exactly know what these trials are going to be, and I'm doing that on purpose. I'm going to drag it out as long as I fucking can, because
we're gonna George R.R. Martin this shit, okay?
I don't know what that means. I do not understand that reference, but
he's
okay.
the guy that wrote Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Then I'm G-O-T-ing it. Yeah, Game of Thronesing it.
You're godding it.
I'm godding it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna keep dragging it out. I'm gonna keep y'all in suspense as to what these are. To be frankly honest, because I don't know what they're gonna be. There, I told on myself. I thought I was gonna come up with it today, and it wasn't coming to me. And I'm like, we're just gonna drag it out for one more episode. see what we can do.
I might have like some ideas, because it kind of reminds me of a book I recently finished reading. I don't know if I have it. Nope, there's more thunder. But I see it, but I don't want to get up and get it. But basically, where this person is, they're like, "Oh, you're this." It's like the whole teen fantasy, like, "Oh, here's this girl she's actually special, so we gotta make her the main character." So basically, she has to like prove why she's special by going through these different 7 different trials,
Okay.
and perform a different trial for each one. Like basically, she can like she's kind of like the Avatar. She can bend all these elements, and there's like
Oh,
like 6 or 7 elements, like metal, light, fire, water, all that stuff, earth. Um, and so she like I think darkness, but so she has to like perform a trial for each one, like pass a trial to like really prove that she's like, I'm this super special person and here's why. So that's
gotcha.
what it reminds me of.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe I'll have you help me figure that out because
And
I don't quite know. Like, obviously, I know I
yeah.
have a loose understanding, but it's like I don't really know how to flesh it out yet. It hasn't come to me yet. So, but I wanted to do that thing where like Jeremy's like, I am man, I do what want. And Velvet's like, fuck you. I'm not gonna listen to you because I have a vagina and my own brain, and you are not gonna tell me what to fucking do. Even though I love you, you don't get to tell me what to fucking do. And so she's
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway, and then walks away from him. So like
Bitch bye.
I'm trying to preserve her feistiness, even though now they're in love. Like, I don't want her to lose the fuck you energy that she came into the story with, right? Like, I want her to
Mm-hmm.
keep that intact. So I
It's
want,
very enemies to lovers. Like they weren't necessarily enemies, but they were definitely at odds at the
yes.
beginning.
So I want her to keep that. Even though she loves him, I want her to hate to love him almost. Like, oh, I hate that I love you because
Mm-hmm.
you annoy the fuck out of me. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, I want it. I
It's like
want
I
her
don't
to be
always
like that.
like you, but I always love you.
Right. Exactly.
As my
Exactly.
mom said my entire childhood. I don't always like you, but I always love you.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of Amanda's childhood trauma for you.
Just a little tidbit at the end. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah, that's what the fucking phrase of the week is, Amanda's childhood trauma. If you if you stuck around this long, type Amanda's childhood trauma anywhere that
Oh
you hang
no.
out. Listen, I air enough of my dirty laundry on here, okay? You could take one hit for the team. It'd be fine. Your mom don't pay attention anyway. You'll be
No.
fine. Carlin's not listening or on our Facebook page, so it'll be
No,
just fine.
she's not on Facebook at all, so thank
Yeah.
God. But
Okay, well, before my internet decides to completely fuck off, much like Finnegan did, let's wrap her up. We love you all very much. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk / bitch session. We will catch you next week. Maybe with a topic. Maybe
mm,
not. You never know what you'll fucking get around here. But either way, we love you. Thanks for listening. Hey, goodbye.
okay, bye.